Welcome to the month of March, my friends. Welcome to Priscilla's Kitchen. My name is Priscilla Umeda. How is the month of March coming for you? What's your expectation for the month of March? Well, for me, mine is already starting with a very good news, and I'm thankful, I'm hopeful for the rest of the year too, okay? That's all we can do, right? You have to be expectant. You also have to put out the right energy and speak into being what you or the desires of your hearts are, okay? Please never stop dreaming, envisioning, planning, but most importantly, keep walking. It will intercept you somewhere, all right? But as you know, I'm here to cook, right? So listen, I came from one tropical hot weather to another cold one. The result is it hasn't been fun, okay? But with the good news and egusi soup, I'm ready to cook, all right? So this morning, we're going to be making egusi soup. As I earlier stated, if I'm going to do something that my kids don't like, cook something that my kids don't like, I have to be ready to put up a fight, a good one at that, and a smart one. Nutrition is key for feeding my kids. So I know they don't like egusi, they're not a fan of egusi, but I'm ready to give them egusi and some vegetables that they're going to ultimately like. A little bit of push from me, but they will, because they love mommy. And when they love mommy, they're going to eat what mommy cooks. All right, so we're going to be making egusi soup, but the twist today is I'm going to be using turmeric, adding turmeric to it. Yes, it's going to be earthy, warm, and very nice. There won't be any frying in this egusi soup. Yes, ma'am, you heard me right. There won't be any frying. So if you're ready to cook and actually ready for the month of March like I am, let's get cooking. All right, my friends, let's get to it, okay? Let's go ahead and go through our ingredients. So here I have egusi, that's my star ingredient, okay? And it's a melon seed that has been ground, okay? And then here I have turmeric, 2 whopping tablespoonfuls of that. And that's because why? It is very high in magnesium, also has a good amount of iron, very good, has some element of potassium and vitamin C. If you're going to cook for your loved one, friends or family or anybody, nutrition should always be at the forefront of our thought process, okay? All right, here I have a pack cooked goat meat. See, I portion my meats in 1 bite sizes, and that's because I never like diners to suffer or go through so much hassle just to dine, okay? All right, I have 1 tablespoon of Priscilla's all-purpose seasoning. Minced onions. Again, I do not want very chunky stuff. As you can see, the size of egusi is small, is milled to a very almost smooth consistency, right? If we're going to be having a velvety silky soup as this egusi will be, we don't want very chunky things competing with the star ingredient. All right, this is the stock I use in making this goat meat. It's here for flavor essence and obviously to provide liquid to the soup. Here I have iru. This is one time again, when I have these secret native spices, I'm going to have you go and Google, what is it? Find out. All right. So I have ground crayfish, lots of it today. This is about 1/3 cup. And that's because, again, I provide some sweetness and umami. I have smoked tilapia fish. Once again, I don't want things that compete with my egusi, so I'm going to stir my egusi and heighten my protein, the nutritional element here too that turmeric provides. Then I have tomatoes. Now, I really don't have to have this, but I used it in a certain ingredient. It's something I made yesterday, and I do have a leftover, which of course, there's no waste in my kitchen. So I'm going to be pairing it with a smoked red bell pepper. This is smoked, again, some complex flavor to it. It'd be nice to have it smoky, right? So I have scotch bonnet. I told you all I've raised my kids to eat heat, to appreciate and tolerate heat. So they're going to be all right, okay? Now, here's another thing. I have Okazi. Instead of bitter leaf soup, sometimes I make it with bitter leaf, but today I'm feeling Okazi, and that's what I got. I have 1/4 cup of palm oil. So normally a lot of, different tribe in Nigeria cook, egusi differently. Some fry, some stew, some use tons of oil. Again, everything in moderation, and let's not be fooled. Just because it's plant-based doesn't excuse it from the high calorie content that it provides, right? Okay, because it's fats and oil anyway. So here I have bits of stockfish. So I actually use the halves, and I've told us before, stockfish is cod fish that has been dehydrated through smoking or sun dry. All right, and I cut them once again in bite sizes. No laboring. If you're going to enjoy meal, it should be not much hassle. Okay, so here I have water for sure, which we're going to need. Now in the minute right now, what we need to do is to go ahead, because there wouldn't be frying of this egusi soup. I am doing something I prefer to do, and that's I'm going to crank my heat, and in this same pan I'm going to drop my egusi. Why? I will be toasting it on a very dry pan, so that it wakes up all the oils and the flavor essence of egusi for me. I'm also going to be adding right into that pan all the turmeric, okay? And all I'm going to be doing now is to occasionally be stirring. Okay, I'm going to be stirring them. I'm going to toast them. So people fry egusi in for different reasons. Some say, okay, I do it because I don't want it takes away the smell or the taste of raw egusi. Well, I don't have to fry mine in any kind of oil or deep fried or I don't have to do none of that. All I want is to toast and bring all the flavor essence and the oil, awaken it from sleep, so that while it goes into my soup, it wouldn't need to be cooked for too long. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do. Now you need this on some sort of low to medium heat. You don't want it too high, because it needs to go low and slow for at least a minimum of, let's say, about 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, all right, so while that is doing its thing, I am going to drop, because I've already cooked our goat meat, I am going to be dropping this stockfish. That means the goat meat doesn't need to go in early. Now, if you have not cooked yours, then yes, this will be the time to go put it in a pot. So in another separate pan, I've just put the egusi, and I'm putting it on a medium heat too, okay? I'm sorry, I apologize. I have just added the stockfish. Now, this takes a minute to cook, and FYI, I do not like my own to overcook. So a little toothsome to eat, I love it, okay? And into that, I'm going to then add liquid, which will be the stock of the goat meat. Any day, anytime, goat meat with some, burnt skin, it's a good flavor enhancer, and I love it. All right, so you can see it's beginning to smoke here, huh? If you try this, try my recipe. Did you notice how yellow already this is? This means I can actually reduce the quantity of oil I use. I may not even use all of that. Let's heighten nutrition, and let me tell you, by toasting it this way, I'm also developing some nuttiness to this egusi soup. Okay, we're gonna let it hang out and keep an eye on it. We'll keep stirring. This is not something you put and go and chit chat somewhere. You're gonna come back and it will be burnt. We're not looking for a burnt egusi soup. We're looking for a toasty, nutty, velvety silk egusi soup. Okay, made differently with more nutritious turmeric. You see how yellow that is? Isn't that what we're trying to achieve in egusi soup, right? In this blender here, I'm going to go ahead and add our peppers and blend it, because ultimately we want it to go in the same get that buzz. All right, so we're going to come back here and we're going to take onions and put in the same pot. So here we go. In there, I'm going to add what we have just blended, which is a combination of the smoked red bell pepper for more complex flavor, stockfish in here, and guess what? I'm just going to cover and let this hang out for about 6 to 10 minutes, okay? I'm going to boil it. Let's go back to boiling. That's how Africa was. We weren't always deep frying country or continent. Look at some little bit of brownness there. That would provide the nuttiness that I need, okay? If you haven't been cooking with turmeric, I need you, please, I encourage you, buy turmeric and cook with them. There's a lot I can do with turmeric, a lot, okay? I just made my breakfast this morning with turmeric. I tell you all the time, I make my homemade yogurt. And this morning I had a turmeric yogurt that I use with fruits as my breakfast. It was delicious. That's a show for another day, okay? Now, as you very well see, I blended this pepper in here. No waste in my kitchen. So I'm going to use, this is about 3 cups of water. So ultimately here, I'm not going to be adding a lot of liquid to this. And that's because I would have to watch and see how far this soup boils before or how much liquid I have left before I can introduce more liquid to it. So in the meantime, let's take a break. This is on low heat and it's toasting away. This is boiling away. When we come back, I'm going to show you what next. All right, stick with me. As you can see here, I transferred the egusi and turmeric mixture to this side on a very low heat. It's still doing its thing, making sure to stir to remove every clump, right? You don't want none of that, okay? So on this side, I just added the roux. I'm going to go ahead and add our crawfish. And I will add the Priscilla's all-purpose seasoning. I'm going to go ahead and add our palm oil, not all of it. I still have about half of it left. So I'm going to keep it here. And the next thing I'm going to do now is cover this pot again. And we're going to go for good 10 minutes, okay? I'm going to allow this thing to boil for 10 minutes. And when we come back, I'm going to show you when next we need to put our meat. We still have our goat meat hanging here because it's back cooked, okay? And I don't like mushy goat meat either. It has to have a little texture to it. The fish is still hanging in here. Okazi is hanging here. These are the three things left, okay? No salt yet. Always. I pack cooked my stock. The stock of goat meat might have a little bit of sodium. I don't want nothing too much, okay? Not so much sodium into it. So let's take another break. When we come back 10 minutes later, I'll show you what it looks like. Let's see. Let's check. Ooh la la. Look at that. You see that? Oh man. Don't forget, I didn't use all the oil. I never added any more oil. Did you see how bright, orangey, with specks of Okazi? Can you see that? Yeah. I'm just gonna put down this camera and I'm gonna go ahead and make a soup for myself. And when I come back, I really want to show you how I swallow this thing, okay? I'll see you in just a minute. All right, my friend. Can you see this? Yeah. Egusi soup and Gary. Well, you know what? I love Gary. You could tell from all my videos. Whenever I make any kind of ethnic soup, Gary is the right thing to go with it. So the difference is instead of more carb and then less protein, I'm going on more protein and less carb. Let's stop talking, okay? I'm not even playing here. Seriously. Now, I like my egusi somewhat dry. If you want, you can actually introduce more liquid to this, okay? And, you know, make it a little more loose for you. Okazi soup. Okazi soup, oh, che. Okazi soup. Ekpe ajino. Egusi soup. And Okazi. Keep me in America. I love America, and God knows I do. I'm so thankful for this country. A little taste of Nigeria to it makes it just so worth it. See what I mean when I say one bite size? Here we go. I don't want to have to pull it, drag it. And let me tell you, if I see you with fork and knife eating any kind of swallow, I'll whoop you. Yes, you're getting a whoop. You better not. If you take away the essence of how we eat, come on now. You make it lose the saltiness. See that? Alright? This is my Tumeric-Egusi soup with Okazi. Maybe unusual for many popular tribes, but try my recipe, okay? And if you love this recipe or love this video, I need you to please like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, most important, please subscribe. And then I'll see you next time in the next video. Like, share, subscribe, and most important, cook your egusi soup. I need you to try this recipe and tell me in a comment below, what do you think of this egusi soup with turmeric and Okazi? Happy March 2020 and happy 2020. I'm wishing all of us the very best of the year, okay? Thank you. Bye-bye.